sweet friends, welcome back. If you're new here, hello, my name is Amy. I'm glad you're stopping by and I hope you enjoy your time here. Today I thought I would share a couple of ideas for tablescapes for either Thanksgiving, a fall party, a Friendsgiving, or even just a night in with your hubby. So we'll first start off with a pretty simple one that is grounded by a tray that you can remove and serve all of your food family style on the table. Then we'll move it into a more elaborate one where the centerpiece takes the focal point and is really meant for a buffet style meal, which we prefer. So I hope that you are looking forward to seeing these ideas. If you are, definitely give me a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, if you enjoy what you see. Also, real quick, I wanted you to peek outside. Isn't the trees just beautiful? I just love when the hillsides are full of all of that color, and they're probably at their peak right now. And so I wanted to quickly share that with you. All right, friends, well, let's go ahead and move into the dining room and get started. Starting out, for all the tablescape ideas, I'm going to add this beautiful runner that is a couple years old from Kirkland's, which I'm happy to see they still carry. Now, I will go ahead and link everything that I can down in the description box, just in case you are looking for exact or similar items to recreate these tablescapes for yourselves. First, I'm adding this tall basket vase for added texture. Then I'm coming in with this distressed ceramic bowl with a different height variation. Plus, they have similar two-handled details that coordinate with each other very well. And of course, they're both grounded by this large, low-profile tray. Next, I'm coming in with this neutral greenery. I'm adding 4 stems of that. And once I get those all arranged, then I'm going to add a pop of fall color with these burnt orange, more whimsical-looking stems. Now, both of these came from Hobby Lobby. Inside the bowl, I'm placing 4 picks of this brown hops, which relates back to the embroidery on each end of the table runner. Then nestled within the hops, I'm adding a simple grouping of 3 small woven pumpkins for additional texture and visual interest. To balance the height of the floral arrangement, I'm going to sneak in these 2 speckled ceramic candlestick holders behind the bowl and add a couple of burnt orange candles for another pop of color. The last and final decorative element I'm adding is a beautiful turkey in a copper finish. For this tablescape, I wanted to give you 2 different ideas for individual place settings. For this first one, I'm coming in with a crocheted placemat. Since we don't have a full tablecloth, it's always nice to dress things up on your table with something woven under your charger. Because these are a similar color to the surface of the table, they won't necessarily pop, but they will keep everything looking soft and cozy. To relate back to the copper turkey, I'm bringing in another copper element with these chargers. Since things are looking pretty muted, it's time to bring in some contrasting color with these speckled cream plates with brown trim. For the first napkin tutorial, we're going to keep it super simple. This one's all about bringing in the 3rd pop of burnt orange color. Repeating elements within your decor at least 3 times, like I'm doing here with the color of the napkin, and the copper Thanksgiving napkin rings will keep everything looking cohesive and more designer-like. Also, if you're looking for even more table ideas, I'll link last year's Thanksgiving Tablescape at the end of today's video so you can continue watching. Okay, so that is the first example, and just like that, let's move on to the second one. Keeping with the same centerpiece, I wanted to show you that just by changing the table setting, you can get a completely different look. So for this one, we're going to be playing around with pattern, primarily by using plaids. First, I added that plaid placement, which complements all the colors in the runner. Next, I'm adding this basket weave charger for a different texture that still works really well with the arrangement. Next, I'll come in with some traditional, just plain white classic plates to just set the whole place setting off. Using a similar plaid napkin, we'll be folding it to create this fun turkey shape. Once you've made all those 1-inch accordion folds, you'll fold it in half, gathering it all together with this rustic wooden napkin ring to make the fanned out look of a turkey's feathers. And just like that, let's move on to the final tablescape idea. Sticking with the same table runner, we'll be creating a beautiful fall centerpiece down the center by layering 4 stems of these gorgeous velvety magnolia and pinecone branches. I like to place the outermost stems first, layering the last 2 with the stems facing each other, using the leaves to conceal the long stems beneath. One tip is to make sure all your leaves are facing forward and fanned out, creating a more lush arrangement. These larger leaves can be bent downward towards the table, creating a much more finished edge, and this also further hides the underlying stems. And how cute is Nyla keeping watch as we decorate today? I just had to share. But back to the centerpiece. If you have any little gaps, no worries. These make the perfect place to add additional picks, like these burnt orange stems that we used before. Now, just like I did on our mantle, if you remember, I'm adding these same smaller leaf picks with a different type of leaf for a color variation and more realistic look. Now for my Thanksgiving touch, I'm going to add my copper turkey just a little outside of center, nestled amongst the greenery, along with several white pumpkins in various sizes sprinkled throughout the entire centerpiece.
Last but not least, to finish up, I'm adding these antique style candle holders, 2 on each side. Then to bring in a more casual, collected look, I'm going to add both twisted and bubble-shaped taper candles for additional lighting and cozy ambiance. Okay, so now let's move on to the individual place settings. So for this tablescape, I'm going to add these crocheted round placemats, and for the opposite reason that I used the brown ones earlier. For this tablescape, I'm using a contrasting color so that they pop off the surface of the table. Plus, I really love that they coordinate so well with the tassels on the ends of the table runner. Because the placemat has a more feminine touch, to counteract that, I'm bringing in a material that has a more masculine feel, this leather charger. Also, the color of the leather coordinates so well with the magnolia leaves. I love to mix and match dinnerware sets so that you can change up your look and you don't have to buy as many because you can make different combinations with what you already have. So first I'm adding the speckled cream dinner plate with the brown edging. Next I'll be layering a striped brown napkin on top and in between a salad plate that has a beautiful wheat trim. Then, after that is all done, we will be working on making the cutest napkin in the shape of a pumpkin to go on top. Now you might be wondering, why am I using 2 different napkins? But if you're like my family, if I place something on top like the pumpkin-shaped napkin that I'll be sharing with you, they typically don't want to use it because they have to take it apart and it's something I made. So knowing this already, I'm adding that striped one for functionality, and really the top one is going to be more for aesthetics. Okay friends, so here is the pumpkin-shaped folded napkin. Isn't it adorable? So to start out, we first need to take some cinnamon sticks and cut them in half to make the stem of the pumpkin. The best way to do this is to take a serrated knife, like a steak knife, and saw back and forth, scoring the cinnamon stick all the way around, continuing this process until you get through, jiggling the knife from side to side until it finally breaks in two. Now this is kind of dangerous, so definitely be careful. And really, if you have some floral shears, I think those would work perfectly and a lot less dangerous. So once you get your stems cut, you'll want to set them aside and grab your square napkin. And you'll want to place your napkin upside down with your edges of the napkin facing towards you. Now I'll be using this cream napkin that has some leaf embroidery on it. Next you're going to place it on a diagonal and then grab a napkin ring. I'm using this wooden one, but if you don't have a napkin ring, no worries. You can take a toilet paper roll or paper towel roll and cut it to the size that you need. You'll place that down in the center and pull the center up through the ring. Next, you'll bring the tips of the 4 corners in, one by one, tucking them inside the ring. This creates 4 more corners, so you're going to continue bringing in the rest of those corners, making the pumpkin shape. Now you can flip the napkin back over and make the hole for the stem with your thumb while pulling up on the fabric on the top so that it doesn't look flat. And retouch all the edges with your hands until it is a round pumpkin shape. The last step is to insert the cinnamon stick for the stem, and voila! Place your adorable pumpkin napkin in the center of your plate. Finishing up, I'm adding the vintage style brown goblets and hammered coppered flatware to the place setting, and now all that's left to do is to light the candles and enjoy.
All right, sweet friends, that pretty much wraps up my ideas for this year for Thanksgiving. I hope that you enjoyed the two. You'll have to let me know which do you prefer. And before you go, I would love if you would consider subscribing if you have made it this far and have enjoyed what you saw. Right now, we are in Christmas gathering mode, so I've been taking you along as we shop and browse some of our favorite stores for home decor. And then probably my next video, we will be kicking off my entire Christmas decorating series. I'm super excited for that. I like to go all out for Christmas. And what I do is bring you inside our home and do room by room or space by space. And we just make the whole house feel festive, warm, and welcoming. So I hope that you will be back and join me in that process. I'm super excited to get started. I hope you are ready. All right, well, before we go, as you all know, I love to share a daily Bible verse with you. So today I'll be reading from Romans chapter 4, verses 7 and 8. Blessed are they whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. Blessed is the man whose sin the Lord will never count against him. I thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed Thanksgiving surrounded by your loved ones. For all my Canadian friends, but happy belated Thanksgiving. And I will see you real soon in my next one. Take care and God bless. Bye, friends.